You said like that, you thought you were a top 3 pick, and like that, you fell down to the 5th round.
Hey.
Finally. Hey guys, this is your favorite neighborhood gambler, Moss Money. Thanks for clicking on my video. If you're into gambling, if you're into winning money at gambling, hell, if you love talking Eagles, this is the channel and the videos for you. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, tell a friend to tell a friend, and enjoy the shows. We get Brady to break his silence on Shedeur. And this is what he had to say about Shedeur and the whole situation that kind of happened with Shedeur falling to the 5th round.
Shedeur Sanders. What happened, Tom? Why did he go so late in the draft?
I mean, it's a good question. I wasn't a part of any evaluation process or.
All right, so that pause felt like he wanted to say one thing, but he didn't say it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
He had to recalculate.
Yeah, right. He had to recalculate and be careful in what and how he said what he was about to say. This is on Jake's Paul's podcast.
Skip Bayless says otherwise.
No. Well, everyone's got that's the problem with media is everyone can just say whatever the fuck they want. I actually texted Shedeur because I know him very well. And I said, dude, like whatever happens, wherever you go, like that's your first day. Day 2 matters more than the draft. I was 199.
Yeah.
So who could speak on it better than me? Like what that really means. Use it as motivation. You're going to get your chances. Go take advantage of it.
All right. So I understand. I'm a big Tom Brady fan, and I do consider him the greatest probably football player that's ever played. Him and Jim Brown are top 2 for me. 1A, 1B, one, take your flip. But do you think that he thought that he was going to be as good as he was? Did you think he always had these thoughts? Or did he become what he is now? Like when you listen to Mike and you watch Mike from younger days, Mike always had this instinct that I'm just the best player when I step on the court and you're not going to outwork me. I don't get that from Tom. I get that he caught the competitor compassion that he has as when he started playing. But to me,
wait, hold on. Wait, what? Run that back. You said you don't think Tom Brady is. What did you say about Tom Brady? I'm just want to make sure I hear it right.
So, the Tom Brady that we see now, the ultimate competitor, the ultimate fighter.
Yes.
I don't think he had that like in the beginning when he was drafted, and as he was, remember because he only played because Bledsoe got hurt.
Yeah, I know.
So like it was he took advantage of the opportunity and he never let it go.
Right.
He never let it go. And to me, that fire started to build till it was a fire that he didn't need fuel anymore. It was a part of him.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. But when you see even like you could probably say LeBron because we've seen him so early from high school. But even Mike, when you see him talk, like that fire was like Kobe. The fire was already there. You know what I mean? Like especially like Kobe. Kobe always had that fire mentality. You know what I mean? Iverson, like they were killers from day one. Like I feel like Tom.
Yeah, but and I get where you're going. I don't mean to cut you off. I guess I'll let you finish. I'm only cutting you off because
but I'm just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I do want to get a Shedeur too. Yeah. But I think that the difference between these great hungry people you're talking about, Kobe, LeBron, Allen Iverson, they also had amazing talent behind them, right? So it was a combination of I'm already gifted by the highest to be able to do extraordinary things.
Correct.
Tom didn't have that. Tom was
Tom's
very average, right? So him to have that type of fire and to present that, he didn't have the opportunity. I think inside he did, but once he had got the opportunity, he started using between his ears more than he did his athletic ability, which made him that much more hungry and understanding I got to beat these guys with my brain, not my athletic ability. When you have and when you get to that level, you can do that. So that fire was a little bit different. That fire was between the ears. As far as Kobe, Michael, LeBron, Allen, they had a gift and talent that it was just presented regardless before it was behind their ears. It was more just physical. I'm 6'8", 270, can run and fast like a truck and LeBron. I'm 6'10" and can play football. I'm an all-star athlete, a football player. That's my best sport is football. I'm just okay at basketball, but I make it to the NBA and Allen Iverson. Kobe was just the best player in the fucking high school player coming out of college. Like, so I think it's a little bit different when you talk about Tom. But as far as working hard and a work ethic and having that hunger, I think Tom in his career, he showed that. He presented
no, for sure. For sure. But I was just saying, because the reason why I brought that up is because he's like pointing to himself, like, look at me. Right. Like, people consider me the greatest of all time. And I was, the 199th pick in the draft. And I just think, like, maybe at this point, and even he just looks at himself as like, I'm Tom. But, like, you got to understand that you're a unicorn.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to put a ceiling on anybody's potential, but to say you could be like the GOAT, or you could be like, no, he can't.
Yeah.
He could take your story and find some motivation in it and say, hey, this guy who I might have more athletic ability, maybe, than him, and I had a better pedigree than him coming out, puts me in a position where I'm starting ahead of where he was, where I could excel and have a possible good career. But to say, hey, I came out at the 199 pick, just look at my story. Like, no, motherfucker, you're Tom Brady. Like, you're one of one. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like that one time, like, when you argue with people about how, this one thing's going to happen. Oh, well, Tom did it. Well, yeah, it's Tom Brady. That's not normal.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a normal individual when it comes to the football field. There's a reason why they call him the GOAT. You know what I mean? There's a reason why people consider him the best football player to ever play the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like,
yeah,
and that's where I was going with that kind of fire.
No, I get it. I get what Tom is saying here. I get he's just trying to change the perspective for Shedeur as he's sitting through this terrible situation. Like, hey, it doesn't matter where you're going to get drafted. You're going to be able to have opportunity to do the best you can do. I get that. Tom Brady and Shedeur, when they were coming out, completely two different people. As far as Tom Brady went where he's supposed to have gone.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a fact. Tom Brady was a very average quarterback at the college football level. His numbers, as far as throwing, passing, his combine numbers, his speed was very below average. It just so happens he capitalized where he was at and the opportunity he got. Now, Shedeur, on the other hand, shows you everything on the field, has kind of expressed himself as far as an athlete and what he can do at the quarterback position that would have been, that you would say would be a first-round draft pick. Tom Brady was nowhere near a first-round draft pick. So he can't understand what Shedeur is going through, because Shedeur should have been a first-round draft pick. Unfortunately, what was between the head of Shedeur, which we talked about, lacked that dropped him to the 5th round, unless, especially with a lot of these things that are coming out, as far as him not being prepared for these meetings and these tests that he was going through, the attitude that he was kind of carrying himself, all that stuff has come out to potentially be true. And I think that impacted him going to the 5th round. But I think Tom was trying to just change his mindset to say, regardless where you get drafted at, bro, you're going to be okay.
Yeah,
you're going to just, take it as hunger, and you go ahead and do it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I agree, and I think he's got a chance to maybe start. I don't think he has a lot of competition.
What I don't believe about Tom Brady is talking about he had nothing to do with nothing about whatever, blah, blah, blah. Come on now, Tom. Come on.
When he said he wasn't part of
Come on now. They done draft, right. They drafted 2 quarterbacks. His Raiders drafted 2 quarterbacks. Like, come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right. Like, come on. One's going to be a transition to a receiver. The other one is, I can't know what school we go.
I think I saw that transition to a receiver one actually.
Right. Like, come on, Tom. You have anybody were looking at you that they know you have a connection with Shedeur, they would ask you and say, "Hey, bro, what do you really think?" And come on. That's why it took so long probably for him to really answer the question. He had to kind of think about, how can I talk about this?
Yeah.
My man just came out and say, "What's going on with Shedeur?"
Yeah.
And left it to Tom. Tom's like, but go ahead.
Yeah, and he really didn't give the answer. Like, he didn't really give the
No.
answer that you were looking for either.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was a smart way to do it. Just
Correct.
like, hey, it don't matter where you get drafted. It don't matter about, it matters about day two, how you carry yourself after it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? How you put yourself in position. So, and use me as the ultimate motivation.
Correct.
Which it's just like Shaq. I mean, it's not Shaq. It's just like, Wilt saying, use me as a ultimate motivation to score 100 points, even though I'm 7'1" and I can jump out the gym and I'm more athletic than anybody in the goddamn vicinity. Like, yeah, but use that. Like, no, don't work like that. Don't work like that.
But let me ask you, tell me one thing that Tom Brady was extraordinary about physically.
Oh, Fitz. Yeah, no, I mean nothing. I mean, nothing was special about Tom except for his arm and his head.
Arm was okay.
Yeah, the arm wasn't like the strongest arm.
It was here.
Yeah, it was head, and he was pretty. I would say he was decently accurate. He knew where to go with the ball.
I'm talking about special. We've seen special talent that can throw the ball on a dot, that can launch a ball 70 yards, that can throw the ball on different angles and blah blah blah. That can run like Lamar Jackson. Nothing special about Tom besides this piece here and his preparation to each game. So if other young quarterbacks are willing to sacrifice and do what Tom did, they can be the GOAT. Obviously you got to win, right? You got to kind of lead your team and have a great situation. But it really is here for Tom. For me, it's just he was just the smartest person on the field at all times, and he was prepared for everything that he was going to see, every defensive package, every blitz scheme, every stunt up front. He knew how to get the ball out in time, where everybody's going to be at. He knew it all. And I think if quarterbacks will focus more in the lab, they can be just as great as far as with a combination of their ability. So I don't think it's far-fetched. I think Tom's a unicorn because how he was able to win, but his attributes are not unicorn-like at all. LeBron is a unicorn. Wilt, a unicorn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even Michael Jordan wasn't really a unicorn. He just was great.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he was just great. It was nothing physically that was
he
like.
could jump out the gym though.
Yeah, he could jump. You're right. I forgot. He could jump out the motherfucking gym. That is true. Yeah. But so could Dominique Wilkins.
Different type of jump though.
It was a different jump.
It was a different type.
No, Mike can glide. He can just.
Mike can glide. You saw that dunk contest.
He can fly. I believe I can fly.
That side dunk where his head was above the rim. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. Mike could jump out the gym.
Yeah, Mike could jump out the gym. You know what I mean? It's just that when Dominique jumped, he brought the gym down with him. You know what I mean? It was a different type.
That is true.
You know what I mean?